So what's up, Superbike Tech here, down at Gear Shifters again. Day 3, part 3 of the Aprilia RSV4 valve clearance check and adjustment. Let me get this out of the way. So, we did the valve clearance check. We did find that, I think it was four valves on the front bank needed adjustment. We're out of spec. 1 exhaust, 3 intake, and there's 1 exhaust on the rear bank that needs adjustment. So this morning we just did the front bank. Now I got to finish the rear bank, and then we'll start getting her back all together, get her buttoned up. So yeah, I wanted to do a little longer video, little longer intro video on these valve adjustments on these Aprilia RSV4s. Because if you read the manual that Aprilia put out, I mean, it's so confusing. They make it so complicated. You know, you gotta find top dead center on the number 1 cylinder, then you gotta turn the motor over 450 degrees and 90 degrees and insert the pin into the crankshaft to hold it, and then insert the pin into the cam holder, blah, 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 blah. Then you take them out, then you do this, you do that, da, 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 da. So just to simplify things, you know, I did it. You know, some people say you don't have to take the throttle bodies off. Well, I don't know how it makes it a pain in the ass if you don't. So I recommend you do. It just makes it so much easier to get in here and get around things. That's number 1. Number 2, I didn't even have to take the clutch cover off and use the alignment pin or whatever it was. If you just mark the cam shaft gear, you put a mark on there and you mark the cam shaft, okay, then you know everything's where to put stuff back at. The whole trick of the thing is when you take stuff apart, you want to have it all marked and everything, put everything back the way it was. Even if they're like the same parts or whatever, but they're in different areas of the motor, you still want to put them back in the same spot you took it out of, because things wear differently, okay? Number 2, you just put a mark on the gear, put a mark on the camshaft. And if you put everything back together the way you took it apart, everything will still be timed up the way it was when you took it apart, which is timed up perfectly. So whoever wrote the Aprilia manual, as far as I'm concerned, they're just freaking idiots. I don't know, the Italians, they got to make everything so difficult. But it just takes a lot of common sense. And just put everything back the way you got it. Mark your gears. So when you take your exhaust camshaft out, put a mark on it so you know where to line it up with the intake camshaft. Just mark everything before you take it apart. And then when you put it back together, you know where everything is. Let me see if I can get the camera and show you. Let's see. So if you see these marks right here, if you put a mark and then take a picture of it so you know exactly where to put it back at, when you take the camshaft gear, you got to have that special tool that you slide the cam gear or sprocket, the cam sprocket onto. You slide it onto that special tool, and then you can take out the camshafts. You put a mark on the camshafts so you know that to line those back up wherever it was you took it out. The other trick is when you take them out, you want it so all the camshaft lobes, these guys, are facing up. Nothing's pushing down on the valves, because if something is pushing down on the valves, once you take the camshafts out, the valve springs are going to push it back up, and it's going to turn the crankshaft or the camshaft. So all I had to do is you put the Allen thingy in here so you can turn the crankshaft, and then just make sure you got everything marked up, and when you put it back together, you put it right back the way it was, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about all this timing bullshit. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to, I don't know, I hope that helps. I hope that helps somebody. But yeah, so anyways, we're down here at Gear Shifters. Yeah, hit us up. Come on down and grab a coffee when they're open. And yeah, I'll start the time-lapse video, and we'll finish this job up.